Wait, you saw it? Oh.
Did you see it?
Huh? Yeah.
All right.
Maybe send it to my friends.
You gotta send it to your friends?
Yeah.
None of your coworkers.
No, they're not my friends.
No, exactly. Exactly.
So what's happening, Elvis?
We caught up already. We've been talking for over an hour.
That's true. We've been saying, oh yeah, that's fair. But they don't know that.
Yeah, because we usually have like banter between getting into the topics.
That's true. That's true.
Not a lot of banter to get into because we've been talking about all our week. We were talking about so many things.
Mm-hmm. And
we stepped out and got the thumbnail done.
That is true.
I asked the perfect stranger, "Can you take a picture of us?" And then I told him, "The stuff you have in your hand, you can just put it on the hood of the car." He says, "No, all I need is one hand." And then he got warmed up. And then he put his stuff on the car. And he took about 14, 15 shots. No, it's 10 shots he took. 10 shots.
And dude, your outfit is popping on the camera, man.
Boom. Well, this is like the last week I can wear this. So.
Oh yeah, summer is.
Yeah, no, it's the last week I can wear it. I've worn it at least once this summer. Yeah. So this will be my second time wearing it. And here's something interesting. Let's see, anybody else might be able to speak on this.
What's up, Ricardo Emanuel? The first one in the chat. Nice to see you. Salute to you too, brother.
All right. I actually put this shirt on yesterday.
What?
I put this shirt on yesterday, wore it for about... It was under an hour. And I took it off, put it on a hanger, and hung it up. And I was like, I'm wearing this tomorrow.
Because you knew it wasn't meant for today.
Yeah, it wasn't meant for today.
Yeah. Or yesterday.
Yeah. And then the sneakers that I had on with this yesterday, I was going to put on today. And then I thought, man, I wore those sneakers last week. Let me put on something else. And I put on these boots. Boom. So.
See? I couldn't even see them, man.
Yeah.
And you're missing, the chat, you're missing out on these shoes.
But they can see it in the thumbnail.
Yeah, true that.
It's just a Chelsea boot.
Chelsea boot
with the sneaker bottom, the rubber bottom Chelsea boot.
Yeah. You ain't gonna show them the beet drink?
No, the beet drink. So I've been on the beet juice for 2 weeks now. I try to do one of these a day. Some days I only do about half, but I have to make a confession. Half of this is beet. The other half is watermelon.
Watermelon juice?
Watermelon juice mixed with the beet juice.
Gotcha.
And there's another juice that I mix with the beet juice as well.
What juice?
It's just some sort of it's a red mixture. That's what it's referred to as the red. So it has beet, it has so much stuff. But then I have a few beet juices that have turmeric in it. So I'm going to do the turmeric beet juice. Like when this is gone today, I have another thing and it says beet, turmeric, and maybe just beet and turmeric. So I'll throw a little watermelon juice on top of that and drink it.
You're on your health food kick, man. I like it, man.
I'm 50 now. So I'm trying other things. I'm trying out new things. And then it's all about the inflammatory. I'm trying to not be so inflamed.
Wait, did your birthday pass?
Yeah, October 1st was my birthday. That was Sunday.
Oh, shoot.
I thought we talked. We didn't talk?
No, you said last week it was going to be your birthday coming up. Oh, shoot. Happy belated, man.
Yeah, I could have given you a text or something.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right. We talk. We look what we're doing. This is more important than the few people that I did talk to on the phone. And I talked to quite a few people called, so that was cool, and a couple of text messages, but mainly call. I haven't checked my Facebook, so maybe my Facebook, more people have reached out there, because that's what people think that that's what you're supposed to do. You reach out on the Facebook, but.
So you weren't waiting by the phone? I wonder if folks will call. No, he won't call.
No, not at all. So it was a good week though. I had, we got the kids,
Do
I had my
birthday. For your birthday?
Well, I wanted something that is not, I'm talking about wanting to eat healthier. I didn't eat too healthy during my birthday, because what I wanted for my birthday was lobster egg rolls.
Yeah.
because I had the lobster egg rolls at this restaurant called Tao,
Okay.
T-A-Q or T-A-O.
Oh, I know Tao. It's like
Yeah.
red and black.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that, right? So I went there and I ate the. No, okay, get comfortable, buddy.
Sorry.
Get comfortable. No, I want you to get comfortable. You had a long damn day.
Sorry. All right.
So we ate the lobster egg rolls, and I was like, I could do this. Like, this is so good. Like, oh my god. Like, do you like shellfish?
I hate lobster. Lobster's disgusting to
Right,
me.
right,
Oh wait,
right,
I hope my
right.
feet don't stink.
Nah. I thought it was like a bottle or something. A plastic bottle fell down there. That's what I was looking at. You good. Don't worry about it. If your feet do stink, I will tell you.
Gotcha. I appreciate it.
I'm a real friend like that.
Yeah, but no, I've never been a fan of lobster and any. It makes my mouth water like I'm gonna vomit. I don't know what it is about it. Shrimp too, that does the same thing.
It's shellfish. You know, because I always laugh and joke with you that you're the original man. So what's probably happening is that you're combating against another necessary, creature in the world, like, a crustacean. It almost feels cannibalistic that you don't like it.
Crabs, I can eat it kind of, but I don't love them. But I can eat them. I just can't eat a lobster.
Right.
Yeah.
So she made the lobster egg rolls. Oh my god. And then what I like about my wife is that she takes critique so well. So she makes them, but only makes 2 to see if this is the direction that she should be going in. And then I was like, I don't think you need to cook the lobster at all, actually. I think that it's hot enough in the fryer that it's going to cook the lobster and it won't be overcooked. And then she's like, okay, let's give that. She was willing to try so many different angles. That was part of my birthday, to have me a beautiful, submissive wife who's willing to not like try to perfect the recipe days before my birthday, but there, right on the spot on my birthday, let's perfect this together.
And I mean, that's crazy.
I loved it.
I mean, and I can't believe you even ate an uncooked lobster.
It was cooked. It was cooked. When it came out that fryer, it took freaking 5 minutes to cool off. It was that hot.
Don't you usually gotta boil them for a while and then they crack or something?
For lobsters, no. They taste too. They're too chewy when you do that. I'd like lobsters to taste like we had a 4 or 5 star restaurant.
So that's briny. Is it more?
It's more like Let me put it to you like this. You ever had mozzarella cheese sticks? Mozzarella sticks. You remember these have those things with the string cheese?
Yeah.
So it's almost like a string cheese.
Ew.
But it's firmer than that, of course. I'm just trying to say it has layers in it, where you can, when you bite into the lobster, you can taste the layers of the lobster, the age. The way the lobster grows is that it releases its shell and it grows and gets bigger. So inside that lobster, there's these waves of the years that it was on this earth. So you get yourself a lobster and if you bite into it, you should be able to feel that layering. That's why I gave you that paleo string cheese, kind of just to give you an idea in your mind. You know how they wanted you to pull the cheese?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of idea, hopefully that was a good analogy. Probably not.
Well, I understood where you're coming from.
Right. So it was so good. It was so good. And the kids were so jealous. They were like, you made lobster egg rolls and we didn't get any of that? She's like, don't worry about it. That was for your father.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Like, they were so stressed. But the next day, she wound up cooking some for the kids, and she made burnt hamburger ones. She made beef and onion ones. She made like 5 different kinds, and the kids are like, "Oh my god, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10."
Yeah.
And it was so good.
Egg rolls are delicious. I did, in Indonesia, they used to make egg rolls all the time. It was one of the tastiest foods.
You were in Indonesia?
An Indonesian woman I used to date.
An Indonesian woman used to date. She brought the cuisine
She made egg rolls all the time. I forgot that I even had something like that good until you started bringing it up. So it's like Ratatouille brought back a memory.
What's Ratatouille mean?
Ratatouille. Ratatouille. There was a little cartoon movie with the rats, the little rats, and the rat was like a cook, and he controlled the guy with his. Oh, it was a really popular. I imagine your kids would have seen it.
No.
But this guy takes a bite out of the Ratatouille, the meal. And he flashed, and he's this really stern food critic, and he flashes back to like when he was a child and he was sick, and like his mother made it for him.
Wow, that happens to me all the time.
Really?
All
that
the time.
happened to me
Food does that
just
for me
now.
all the time.
You know that never. But the talk of it, the discussion of it, going back to those yummy, delicious egg rolls.
Nice. So whenever you have like a flashback of a childhood memory, when food is involved, you can just yell out Ratatouille and someone would know what you mean. Right?
No.
Is that what you're saying? Isn't that
No. That's what I did, but no one would get that. No, that would
because I already want to go to a restaurant. I want to eat something. Go Ratatouille! I can't yell out Ratatouille in a restaurant.
They don't. He doesn't yell it out. And Ratatouille was the name of the meal. Ratatouille is the name of the dish.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And it was also about rats, so it just worked. The movie was about these rats. And this one rat was a great chef. But this one rat had to control this guy with his like by his hair or something because he's a rat. They can't let him in the kitchen. So in order to see how well he cooks, he needs to control this guy through his movie was ridiculous.
Right.
I haven't thought about Kill me. I haven't thought about Ratatouille in a while. But yes, but it sounds like you had a great birthday, Elvis. Full of all kinds of fanciful meals.
Yeah, so that was great. And then the next day, because my birthday, the dispensary was open. So my birthday is not more important than my dispensary being open. So
that's fair.
My dispensary was
about
open.
That business.
And the next day, which was the Monday, we had a family dinner, which consisted of tomahawk pork chops.
Man, that sounds delicious.
And the pork chops were so it has this huge bone, but not unlike the beef tomahawk where they shave the bone down, where the bone is pretty clean.
Yeah.
And you just have that large piece of meat at the end of the bone. Pause. I knew how that was going to come out.
It's all right. So what up, Tasha? How you feeling?
So that's the beef tomahawk, and you can find them between $45 and $60 in the supermarkets.
Yeah.
And they're made with prime. It's the top shelf of the beef.
Okay.
Right. So now we got that same version.
Tomahawk lamb chop or pork chop?
But we got the same version of the tomahawk beef, but it was done with pork.
Oh, okay.
And it was so basically, you know how you would get a pork rib?
Yeah.
The bottom of that pork rib was the pork chop. So we got this rib connected to a pork chop of amazingness. Yo, dude, it was unbelievable. It was super good. My kids were just 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. They love it.
I mean, that sounds. Was there any marrow in that bone?
I don't know. I didn't go down to that. You heard me. I said I didn't go down to that bowl like that. Ooh, pause.
Well, there's your pause.
That's crazy. Jeez. I didn't bite down to get the marrow, honestly. Maybe one of my kids did.
I mean, that's the first thing I thought about when you said the big ass bone, man.
Right.
The amount of marrow you can get out of that is probably insane. It's like it's another second meal.
It was amazing.
Yeah, that sounds delicious, man. I got to get me one of those tomahawks.
The tomahawks, and it was from ShopRite.
Actually, in Austin, I used to always see bone marrow all the time. They would just sell marrow bones. Here, I never see it.
When I used to shop at the restaurant supply store, they would have bone marrow already cut down the middle.
Yeah.
For you to just, do all that stuff with. You go right to the freezers and get the bone marrow.
Yeah, that's
already cut.
Yeah, I used to love that, man.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I went to one of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants, and they served us bone marrow on with a little piece of pork, like the same kind of pork that I'm talking about, and it was a little dry. I was a little disappointed. But anyway, mine wasn't. It was cooked to perfection, not dry at all. Woo! And then when you cut into it, it's like white, the meat, not brown. Pork is the other white meat. Everybody forgets that and they always overcook it. Because they're like, it's a pig. I don't want to get like things crawling up my spine. Oh my God. They get so nervous with salad. So,
you got some stuff to check out?
let me just say this to you.
Yeah, hit me.
That led me to that idea that I had, that I told you, that I was talking about how the dreamer versus the optimist.
Yeah.
And I was saying how all these egg rolls had me thinking. I was like, maybe I need to open up, like, you know, some sort of like Eggo truck or something, like just a small Eggo truck, because yo, the egg. If I saw a sign that said, you know, specialty egg rolls, and I walked over to the cart, and let's say they had like one for the day of the week or something like that, and you know, maybe like a main staple, it would be hard for me not to go to that damn truck every day for a couple of years. I'd be like, they'd be like, Elvis. I'd be like, yo, let me get my regular, you know, and you just walking away, and then you could charge up to like $4.50 per egg roll, and then when you do the specialty ones, that's like, you know, $8-9.
Hey, I'm surprised there's no egg roll store. The egg roll store, different kind of egg rolls, rib egg rolls, lamb egg rolls.
Right.
Since you sound like freaking the guy from Forrest Gump.
Right. Yeah. We had the barbecue. You in the comment section, what kind of egg roll what would you like to see inside your egg roll? You know, because I already got a cart that I saw for sale at But do I want to be standing outside cooking egg rolls?
No, you don't. Nobody wants to do that. I mean, they're pretty easy. Just shh. Then you got to replace the oil all the time. Then where are you going to dispose of all that oil? Are you going to repurpose the oil? You got to really think. Any people in the egg roll business, tell us.
Maybe I could get one of those like migrants.
Well, I mean, I assume that'd be the case.
Get a whole family, a husband and a wife.
Yeah, but they need room and board. Because you're not going to pay them enough for it. They'd have to spend enough time there, and you can.
Yeah, we'll have to give them room and board, get them somewhere to live, get them an apartment.
Yeah.
So that's $2,400 right there a month.
That's a lot. Unless you're going to have them stay with you. Yeah.
That can't happen.
Well, not a whole family. You just take the mom or something.
It's a good idea, though.
Yeah. See? Now we got egg roll shop. Or egg rolls. Elsa's big. No. Elsa's Rolodex.
Come up with a name for me. Help me out in the chat. What name should we name this cart? Because I do have a cart we can use. We would just have to get it registered.
Yeah, and just deck it out. Have an egg roll mascot.
An egg roll mascot.
Yeah, like a little face. It just, instead of the egg roll at the top, it's just a face, and it can just come down.
Isn't the egg roll though a face all burnt up?
No, yeah, that's what I mean. The top. You know how the on the ends. You know, egg roll's long and kind of like it's almost like smooth. Then that part would be a face. I'm saying. So if the mascot would be him, you can have little white hands like gloves.
I need you to get a pencil, paper, and pad for this. You need to jot me a sketch.
Egg roll, man. It could be. I don't know what. I'm thinking of the peanut guy. But an egg roll, you know that big peanut guy with the top hat or something?
Right, with the top hat.
Yeah.
And his whole body is like kind of like that brownish, peanutty, and then it like.
Well, yeah. That alone. Anywho, all right.
Almost like bark.
Huh?
Mr. Peanut is like he's like bark. His skin.
Oh, the bark color.
Yeah.
No. The Mr. Peanut I'm thinking of was lighter skin, or maybe I'm just Maybe I'm remembering it differently. Maybe the old peanut that they used to have was a darker peanut, and now, unbeknownst to me, they've been lightening the peanut for years.
Are you now messing with me? Right? This is a Mandela effect joke.
All right. All right, so we got loads of crap here. Let's try one.
Why you gotta use the word crap?
Not crap in a bad way. I didn't even get the chance to look. I only glanced at one of the videos.
All right, let's start. Let's get it done. Here, let me turn this off.
Chest. Oh, this one's 23 minutes.
What's the title?
Her name's Pumpkin.
Pumpkin? Her name is Pumpkin. She was what? Ready for... I can't see that far. Can you read it out loud?
She was ready for the comment section. Jack said she comes across masculine.
Yo, this is good. This is good. This is the show of the woman who she calls up, you know, Kendra G show?
Yeah.
Well, Kendra G gives her show off to like some colleagues of hers. So she doesn't always do the show. She does 99.999%.
Yeah, but I get it.
But once in a while, she'll have her guest do it. And this woman called the show to speak to this guy. It's so good. Let's go back to this. We'll go back to this. Go to the next one.
Maybe we can have a whole episode
it
about
says
that one.
She was ready for the comment section. Or she wasn't ready for the comment section.
Oh, I don't know.
That's what it says?
I don't know.
A teacher in Texas is getting a lot of attention for
Wait. Jeez, please.
That's the second one. Yeah, just start with the second one.
Yeah.
Start with the second one. A teacher in
Texas is getting a lot of attention for her new homework policy. Dear parents, after much research this summer, I am trying something new. Homework will only consist of work that your student did not finish during the day. There will be no formally assigned homework this year. Research has been unable to prove that homework improves student performance. Rather, I ask that you spend your evenings doing things that are proven to correlate with a student's success. Eat dinner as a family, read together, play outside, and get your child to bed earlier. Thanks, Mrs. Brandy Young. Now, I know some of you are going to find studies that show homework improves student performance. But does homework improve the relationships in your home? I would venture to say that homework probably frustrates many of you parents. A teacher in Texas is getting a lot of...
What do you think about this?
Well, I mean...
You're my educator, so you're not
going to
tell some educator stuff.
First of all, homework prepares you... Homework prepares you to take assessments. But homework shows that you have understanding of the work that's being taught to you. It shows that you can apply what was taught to you and then show that you understand it after the fact. Otherwise, and tests also serve that same function, but tests serve that function on a bigger scale, on on covering a lot of different topics. The homework just says what I taught you for the day. You remember, you recall, and you went home. You were away from school for a few hours. So, and it stayed in your brain. So him saying, him saying that a family, that in order, you need to improve your family relationships at the expense of homework. Kids don't spend their time doing homework at home. Kids don't spend most of their time doing homework. They don't spend most of their time with their families. I believe they spend most of their time playing video games or something, or being on their computer or something. Along those lines. So I don't know how less homework doesn't correlate to better family value,
but what if it was less homework with making the conscious effort to spend that time with
that's not the kid's job. The kid's not going to be the one. It's the parent that has to instill that and impose that. So regardless of how the guy does, this guy is silly. If a kid doesn't have homework, that doesn't even correlate to them. It's not like kids are spending all their time homework. Mother, I can't spend time with you. Father, I can't spend time with you. I'm doing homework. I don't see how that's the case. If kids were really spending that much time on homework,
right?
I mean, come on. This would be a whole different. We'd have a different outlook on education as a whole. The kid's not spending time on homework, so those two things don't correlate. I don't know what the heck he's talking about. Okay. And now, as for the administrator who imposed that, I think that to get a little deeper on that, you can All right, I don't want to. And you can say schoolwork is based on homework, or is your homework, and you can apply the work you done in school that can be done, looked over, and corrected by a teacher, and then you can apply that to your grade, and that can just boost the overall kids' grades in school, and that can make the school as a whole look a lot better. So don't think that any of those actions were benevolent. Whoever said that, no, and that wasn't to help the school and help the school not get closed down or help the school get some kind of funded, because that's all that was about. This guy is the silliest guy in the world. I mean, but that is
So
definitely
there was an agenda here.
without a doubt. This is schools are corporations now. They don't work in the sense of. I guess betterment of the sky.
A teacher could do her version of teaching. There's a curriculum.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that's not where I was going with that. I'm saying
okay.
the teacher. Shoot, now I forgot where that. What did I start saying in the first place?
You were saying how
Oh, nobody, whatever school administrator was imposing those things, wasn't imposing that out of the goodness of their heart in any way. And teachers work or schools and school administrators, they work in a business way. They might as well be CEOs, school administrators, who impose stuff, because they try to get more funding, which could equal more salary or more what have you.
So there's an underlying reason for this teacher being so woke.
I don't even know what that.
This could be part of that series we would do, where it'll shake, the most woke comment of the week.
Oh, the woke comment of the week.
Yeah. So this is part of, you think
no
this,
homework. No,
this could be
this is part of that. I'll tell you, this is part of all this stuff that's meant with good intentions. This is just this will benefit somebody because they're stakeholders. The people who are imposing this nonsense,
right,
or celebrating, they have a stake in something. And whatever homework, not giving homework, it has a potential to add some kind of benefit. Not having homework and just having them complete their homework in school, there's a benefit there, and them not losing points for not doing their homework. Which kids, if homework isn't super easy, kids don't do their homework like that. And honestly, the only reason the kids always do our homework like to an insane level is because they literally get detention every time they miss any homework. Immediate detention.
Oh, yeah, because you're a charter school.
Yeah. So it's not even, they don't have the option to not do their homework.
How many hours a day are they spending on homework?
I don't know.
I think
I have no.
I think the average is 2 hours a night.
Oh, let me tell you what I found out from part of that.
Please.
So I get emails constantly because my email is tied to my Google Classroom, where we input grades and we give scholars feedback when we're not in person.
Because they're no longer students, they're scholars.
Yeah, that's what. Oh, I got used to call them. We're not even to refer to them students. We refer to them scholars.
Yeah, right.
I forgot that he was.
I remember this is when we took our children out of school. Was right around that same time where they turned from students to scholars.
Well, most of them are students. The majority of them are students. They're like one or two that are scholars. So I don't know. That's scholars excel at school. Students just reside in school. That's school. So we could keep. If this is another
insider stuff you throwing at me right
now? No, it's not even insider stuff because people educators have a natural affinity to be like fundamentally disingenuous. So even when they communicate literally in a way that's going to make it. They will double speak right to your face with almost every sentence. They would say that I'm never the kind of person that would do this, and then explain how they do this. Like it's so the disingenuousness is so fundamental. It's even hard for now. I realize I'm not saying I'm the most genuine person on earth, But I'm saying that, like, now I realize how much I clash when I say just stuff. When I say just regular things, it sounds ridiculous a lot of times to them. Just normal stuff that would just sound like just a normal common sense thing. They would just be like, what do you say? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean by with that sense? I don't know.
Really?
I'm getting smug. But,
No, I think I get what you're saying. There's a part of me that would like for you to give me an example a little bit.
of
Like,
the double
give me
talk.
an example of the double talk.
I mean, I don't even know where to start. I'm trying to give how the example. Like, I hate, like, I would never raise my voice. I'd never get mad because I don't like to walk in. I don't like to project whatever happened to my day, to one of my students, and then within like maybe 2 sentences pass. This was probably today, but I don't remember it directly from the meeting. I probably because I tuned out a little bit. But and 2 sentences later say, of course. Sometimes I wake up and I just like spaz on my students. Of course I do that because we're human beings. It was like within 2 sentences. Like when I say within 2 sentences, it's like when you say it. I don't know.
I remember now that you say that, I remember my son's had a teacher, and this was his first year teaching. And, we have to, after like a week, we get to meet up with them at the school, maybe after 2 weeks, whatever it was. And I was just like, how do you feel about yelling at the kids? And he says, I would never yell at the kids. I grew up in a home with 14 brothers and sisters. I know all about patience. You don't ever have to worry about that. I was like, okay, cool. I said, because, my son Cody, whenever you yell at him, he kind of, shuts down a little bit. And I thought I'd let you know that. And then one day, we're in the class. The very next time, like let's say a month later, we're there to look at their desks and all this kind of stuff, see the classroom and the pictures that are up that they've done. He is barking on the kids. I don't care that your parents are here. I'm gonna yell at all of you kids. It don't make me no difference that your parents are here. I was just like, whoa, I thought you said you don't yell at kids. I was like, so right, even though it was a month in between that, but it was interesting to hear how he was so staunch. I don't yell at children. I have 14 brothers and sisters. I don't get down like that. I know how to be patient.
Yeah, I think teenagers are from the same mold that like actors and people who want to go and like things like that, and they're like born out of the same. Not forget the mold. Just for just by basis of their career, what they do for a living, they have to present a certain image regardless, right? And I think they want to reach that. They want to chase that whatever image that is. The same way actors seem so disingenuous when they're like putting their best foot forward and speaking, advocating about what they're about.
Right.
And stuff like that. I think teachers are like from literally that exact same mold, that exact same like mindset, that exact same. That's why actors are do commit some of the biggest atrocities, but they're the biggest proponents for they're the biggest child diddlers, but they're the biggest advocates against child diddling. And you can say the same thing. Teachers want to be the most protective over children, and teachers are the most horrible towards children. And,
right. Especially when they single out the kid, when that one kid is just the teacher just can't stand them. Have you found yourself?
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
With finding that one kid.
No. There's this one kid that, and I just realized him like maybe 2 weeks. I realized him. I just fully, because since I first got to the school, this kid's had a bad reputation amongst teachers and amongst kids. But because first, let me give you a little idea of this kid. This kid is the kind of kid. Let's start from the tiny things. He's the kind of kid you have to tell him not to raise his hand because he just wants to raise his hand and say something no matter what. You think, okay, enthusiastic, not that bad, not too crazy. No, he's the kind of guy you tell him not to raise his hand, he gonna speak out. You tell him not to speak out, he's gonna speak out. Okay, not that bad. He's overzealous. He's a little extra. When you criticize, when you tell him, all right, here's where it starts. Here's where some of the hate starts. When you tell him he did something wrong and try to correct the behavior and try to make it like calm and say, it's not that big deal. This happens, I get it. He makes it worse from that point. So when it was, so it's all good. Like your behavior was already pretty bad. Let's get cool. Let's chill out. Let's reset this. Let's come back. He would fight. He would fight to the point where it's not. It's just gone. Yo, he would burst out in tears. Well, all right. Let me give it. All right. So one time, this girl spilled some stuff in the lunchroom, and a bunch of kids saw him, and the teacher saw him like kind of blow past her, and he kind of bumped her, and he caused the spill. So, but I put both of them on cleaning it, right? Both of them on cleaning it. This guy fought to tears that he didn't do anything. Everybody saw him bump it, or he was the cause of this. When I say he fought for his life, when I say he would have died he would have like died saying no matter what. You could say, I'm gonna sacrifice your mother. You gotta say, but you just think it through if you're responsible for this. Right. No, I wouldn't. Like when that is the hatred. Every day he gets we can log the detentions we give in like this online thing.
Right.
Every teacher gives him detention. Every class. Every teacher gives him detention. Every class. There's no kids like this. Like he's different. And his mother doesn't. Yesterday I wasn't even supposed to.
His mother was doing a lot of
no.
coke
I called his mother. yesterday. I was on the phone with his mother for 20 minutes, talking to him while he was in detention because he was acting a fool in detention.
How did she act?
He acts a fool he acts a fool in an innocent way, which is the most annoying thing. Not like so.
He's like, I'm raising my hand.
Yeah.
So what's the big deal?
And he would
you didn't see me raising my hand, so I yelled out.
No. Oh, it's more annoying than that. He would say, I would say, raise your hand.
Make no names.
I'm not gonna name it. So he's on a
and
seat.
This is like a last year student. It's not even this year.
Yeah, exactly. He's on a desk. He's on a desk that's a little wobbly. So I said, you're sitting still. You're in detention now. This is not academic detention, it's behavior detention. So you got to sit quietly for 30 minutes. That's it. So the desk will stop moving if you stop rocking it. He keeps rocking it. He just can't get comfortable, get normal. And then he starts, and then he's supposed to sit like this in detention. He starts like trying to fix it, and he's flipping upside down in the desk. He's in detention. He's supposed to be acting like normal. He's doing he does the absolute wrong thing every single time. And then he would fight you to death after you just say, look, you're just in detention. You're not supposed to be sitting like this or flipping over the seat. How you looking at. How do we tell you to sit in your seats normally? And you're flipping over the desk.
Could you make him do push-ups?
No. But he would argue with you over that. You could talk to him just like, just understand. I get your answer. You want to get out of here. You want to sit. But this is this is the rule. He would fight you. But I was trying to fix the chair. I was trying to fix the. I never and just whatever hates like you were trying to be I was like calm with him. He even called me his favorite teacher. He don't feel that way now. Not after this week. After this week. Anyways,
from 2 years ago.
Yeah, for 2 years ago, exactly.
All right, let's go
Yeah.
to the next one. That was good. And you can't say, get on the ground, give me 10 push-ups. Come on. I help him get rid of that energy,
It's not even energy. It's not. I don't even know.
Separate, we're in way more pain.
Yeah, you got me freaking sweating from talking about that kid.
That was a great story.
The problem is that we.
The Instagram, if you move it all, it kind of offs. You know who this is?
I don't know who that is, but I saw it. I remember sending it. But him, the person? I don't know.
No, because I didn't know if you had an idea if this was.
Just play it.
And men love realistically, and the problem is that we love a woman way more than a woman loves us. So when we separate, we're in way more pain than
the actual woman herself. And let me tell you exactly the reason why. Because when a man loves a woman, he loves her like she's his daughter. He looks after her, he protects her, he provides for her, he does everything for her. The woman loves him like her father. But in our nature, we are meant to lose a parent, but we're not meant or built to lose a child. And a man loses a child when him and his woman separates. And it's way more heartbreaking.
Play it again.
Right.
Can you press play button right there?
No, it makes you log in.
And love realistically. And the problem is that we love a woman way more than a woman loves us. So when we separate, we're in way more pain than what the actual woman herself. And let me tell you exactly the reason why. Because when a man loves a woman, he loves her like she's his daughter. He looks after her, he protects her, he provides for her, he does everything for her. The woman loves him like her father. But in our nature, we are meant to lose a parent, but we're not meant or built to lose a child. And a man loses a child when him and his woman separates. And it's way more heartbreaking.
I almost don't remember sending this to you, but I had to really listen to what he was saying because he was saying a lot. I'm wondering, does he have children? Because I never looked at my woman as my daughter, but one could argue that she calls me daddy all the time. She doesn't even call me my name. She Elvis. It's like I have to remind her to call me Elvis. Like we're at the dispensary one day, and she opens up the door. I'm walking. I'm 15 feet in front of her with my back to her. She yells out, "Daddy, Daddy." I turn around and I go, baby. And she's like, "What?" I said, "You shouldn't be yelling out daddy to me in public like that." And she's like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe that." And my kids thought it was hilarious. They're like, "Mom calls you daddy in public too, daddy." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And so I never looked at her in my mind as my daughter, but there are things that we do that are like that. Like I like teaching her.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
I like teaching her things.
Yeah.
So
like
that could be
yeah.
considered some sort of daddy-daughter
paternal
thing.
kind of thing.
Paternal kind of thing. And there have been times when where I know that if I had something happen to me, she would be able to find her a man. Like she won't be lost. Whereas for me, I probably wouldn't be looking for a woman, like a marriage thing right away or whatever have you. I think her mind would be like, I would have to find a husband fast. Like not like I'm gonna just start dating and seeing the world kind of a thing. And
but you think you think
like I think she would be able to love again faster.
Oh, but she wouldn't be able to love again?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, but that's
We
your
were to
wife.
break
Yeah,
up
yeah,
like
that's
that?
your wife.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's your
God,
wife.
I wouldn't love anybody for a long time.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know what I mean? You know, I don't think I would be at all. I'll be looking forward not to love nobody. But I think she would be able to love again and have the husband and the family and all that. So
shit. I was gonna say I could love right now.
if she looks at me as her father, she would look at me as the replacement. You know, she could see her being with someone else because I'm looking at her as like the daughter and only see me with her, or would hurt more if I wasn't with her. Not that I only, because he never said anything about only seeing yourself.
Yeah, but
with
can
her.
you really replace a parent? Like you can't replace a parent the same way you can't replace a kid. Because you're never gonna look at some. If you
But we're
got
talking about women. We're not talking about.
Yeah, I know. No, I know what you mean, but I know
We're
what you're
talking
saying.
about-
Like you're saying, she looked to replace you, and you say like it'd be easier for her, but it's not easy to replace like a parent who she looked at paternally. She would never
Yeah, but you
respect somebody
expect the
that's saying.
parents to die.
Yeah, but I don't
She
think
expects the husband to die before her. And especially
Yeah, but
me
you're the
being
father of her
50
kids.
and
You're the
she's
first.
37.
Yeah, but you're like her king. You're the father of her kid. The father of her kids. It's a whole different. I can't even imagine. Like
So
maybe
you would,
maybe she
you would
move
disagree with this guy.
on. That she would. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think you'd be like, like me personally. Like if I when I was listening to this, I was thinking, that's not like. I think I agree with him. I think. Actually, no, I didn't agree with him in any of that because I didn't. I don't know if I ever dated a woman who I loved, who I loved more than they loved me, who I loved.
You don't think you've dated a woman that you've loved more than they loved you?
If
All
we were
the
in
women,
love, if love was there,
they loved you more.
yeah.
Right.
But not because of me, because I'm just a little taken back.
He also said wife though.
Yeah,
So-
it's a different thing.
So that means you would have to not have a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's
You
fair.
would have to have a wife.
That's fair.
And look at the love that you have for her and the love that she has for you.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. So from your perspective, as someone who had a wife, I can't imagine that you'd be as replaceable as he's saying that it would be. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
You know? Alright. Want to check out some other stuff?
Yeah, let's go to the next one. So this does not go to the woke comment of the week.
No, that's kind of just
The woke
woke clip of the day.
the woke clip of the week. Yeah. Of the day or whatever, yeah.
Oh, I saw this.
Milli Vanilli this year. I'm emo. What's wrong? Jimmy, last year you came out with the braids, man. What's this?
I had dreads last year.
Yeah, the dreads.
What's this? This is my emotional state. I'm one with my emotions. So this is what you get.
Jimmy, what are your emotions heading into this season? After going through, you guys went through the finals, the whole postseason run. What are your thoughts?
It's a new year, new season.
Alright, I already know I know exactly everything that's going on.
Okay.
I didn't do the job. We did.
Alright, so what did you think when you saw that guy? What do you think was happening?
First thing I thought was clout is a hell of a drug.
Oh no! Alright. Hilariously, this guy is one of the NBA people with the personality and a sense of humor. So
He has an actual personality and a sense of humor.
I'll tell you why. I give you some context.
Please.
So this guy Jimmy Butler, he's always he's known as one of the hardest, toughest, rough-nosed players in the league. He used to be like a homeless kid. And then he like built himself up to be an NBA, and he's one of those guys who never takes like games for granted. He always plays really hard. So he actually went
Does
to
he
the
have a ring
finals.
yet? He has a ring?
No, he went to the finals twice. He lost it once to LeBron and once last year to Jokic.
What team is he on?
He's on the Heat now. He's been on a few teams.
The Miami Heat.
He's on the Miami Heat now, and this Heat team was the second 8th seed in NBA history to make it to the finals. It's a very low seed, so they were a Cinderella story, and they made it that far because of how great he played, right? So this guy, last year
He really is a Cinderella story.
yeah, so this year the Heat were in a great position in free agency to get this player who really wanted to play for them named Damian Lillard, right? Part of the big reason that the Heat lost this year is because they only had Jimmy Butler. And then Jokic, this guy's right now, he's the best player in the NBA. He had to play against that guy. So that guy's he's impossible to beat, right? In terms of like, no one's better than him right now, just one-on-one as a player.
Right.
Yeah. So this guy Damian Lillard was about to get traded, and he wanted to be traded to Miami, right? and it was just it was a perfect match. Butler was about to get a guy who can score a lot of points, a guy who can be really effective and maybe help the Heat go over that hump.
Right.
But what happened is that guy Damian Lillard got traded to the Milwaukee Bucks, which now makes the Bucks the favorite to win it in his conference. So he went to a guy. The Bucks were the number 1 seed last year. The Heat upset them in the first round and just destroyed them in 5 games.
Right.
And now that number 1 seed in the regular season got one of the best point guards in the league. But the point guard that wanted to play in Jimmy Butler's team. So he even saying he was evil. He has a history of changing his hair to match his moods and just be silly about it.
Right.
So he was saying he's evil because he didn't get his team didn't get the free.
He said that he was emo?
He even said it. He said, I'm feeling emo today. He said it.
So this is an emo look.
Yeah. That's part of the.
And we believe the words that are coming out of his mouth.
But he's shown this habit. Last year he got crazy dreads just to be like, he looked almost like a woman. He's like, how do I look? He just is. He's a clown. But now he's rich and it doesn't matter, and he has hair, so he doesn't mean anything by it. If you know this guy, he's not that kind of.
Because my son said, Dad, did you hear about what's the guy's name?
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler. And I said, no, I didn't hear about Jimmy Butler. And he was just like, yeah, he went emo.
All right, kids, it's funny that kids don't understand. Your kid's young. He's like 11, 12.
Yeah, he's 12.
Yeah, but I
mean, the guy has his fingernails painted.
Yeah,
so it's no longer zesty. It's no longer, what's his name again?
Jimmy Butler.
How you doing? What's his name again?
Jimmy Butler.
Run, honey, run, girl. This is heterosexual men.
No, but he's doing that.
Heterosexual men are doing their fingernails, doing their hair, and no longer do I get to say, run, honey, run, girl, and no longer do I get to say, purr, Jimmy Butler.
Remember Dennis Rodman? How wild he was.
Right.
He wasn't zesty, but he was he was so wild he didn't care.
Right. So this is Dennis Rodman. No one could beat that look. This is but this is my point. Dennis Rodman. We looked at him as zesty though, didn't we?
No, I thought he was looked at as crazy. Like he was insane. Like what's he gonna do next? Like he was the first player in the NBA to dye his hair all crazy.
Yeah, come on, Dennis Rodman looks like. He looks like his girlfriend's, hitting him with the, they're thrusting him. He looks like he's being thrusted by women.
I mean, I don't know what he does in the privacy of his home, but all I know is that, like, Rodman would do a lot of this stuff for attention. Jim Butler would do this, I wouldn't even say he's doing it for attention.
I feel like you're giving him like a pass.
Because I know the end.
Have we seen him with women?
So he's almost notorious for banging this analysis, Rachel Nichols, and everybody he's really famous because
chick?
No, white chick, but it's funny because she's never not the one you would expect, but she's a really respected sports commentator. And you would never just expect her to beg. And they had this interview together, and it was they made this little innuendo, and they were all giggling, all weird. But
she should be fired.
Yeah, but he's known for banging her.
Can a guy do that?
It was a mutual thing. They were both joking. It wasn't like she made one innuendo as another. They just they were laughing like they had some inside joke with each other, and it was really uncomfortable. But anyway.
And then the commentators prompted her. Sounds like she's a beard.
No, but he's not.
That's what it's. Oh, you just think about this.
Oh my gosh.
She would have been called a beard. He would have been called zesty. Now he's emo and whimsical because he's so rich and he doesn't care.
But this is the NBA. The NBA is a freaking zestiest league. NBA is full of the with their freaking skinny jeans and always caring about their nonsense.
And their purses, they
look ridiculous. Yeah, come on, they dress high fashion. They're grown. Hey,
what's wrong with high fashion?
Look, I'm not trying to.
What's mean? You mean that they
No, when I say, I mean
you guys
ridiculous.
are athletes.
No,
You're
no,
going too far.
when I say ridiculous high fashion, you ever seen like Russell Westbrook? They wear those big like the like art clothes. They look like they just don't
Like
look
going
like
to the
human
Met
clothes.
Gala.
Yeah, they look just ridiculous. That's what I don't know.
It was like a sweater that was like past.
Yeah, that was it was just insane.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's how they dress. So it's
Clout
common
is a
to.
hell of a drug.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of circles they're trying to broach.
They're coming out.
But I really, I'm starting to
They're
think they
coming
just
out.
want to like bang art gallery women because maybe
They're coming out.
because
These
why not
guys-
just stick with the
these
hoes
guys
that
are-
you're used to?
Right,
Just
let me
what-
just tell you, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, there's a good chance it's a
Right.
duck, especially if you buy the pond.
Yeah, look, I
These
don't-
these dudes are coming out, and there's nothing wrong with that. We want them to come out. We need y'all to come out. Come on, there's a whole group of people that need you.
I think we're misinterpreting what Jimmy's doing though. I don't think that.
What's his name again?
Jimmy Butler.
Hey, Jimmy Butler. Hey, girl. Hey,
yeah.
Jimmy Butler. Hey, girl. I mean, you can't even play ball in that hair. You're gonna sweat that out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Come
I didn't
on.
even think about that. That's true.
You can't play ball in that hair.
That's
You're gonna
fair.
totally sweat that hair out. That's ridiculous. Like, what? I don't get it. Clout was a hell of a drug. All right, next. Let's go to the next one.
Oh, Jim Jam. Jimmy.
his name again?
Jam. Jimmy Butler.
Per Jimmy Butler.
He's
Her.
he's a cool kid. Coolest kid in town.
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that. We want Jimmy Butler to feel free. We want Jimmy Butler free.
Free. It's another teacher video.
Did you see that?
I saw everything.
That was crazy, man.
I mean, I don't
As
know
an
if this kid,
educator, what do you think about seeing stuff like that?
I wouldn't you lose my temper on the kid to yoke him up like that. That means they really got into your soul, man. And that means you
Well,
were
the
on
kid
the
did
edge.
the first push though.
Huh?
The kid pushed her across the room like that. Let's look at it together before we don't have to put it up again. But let's look at it. Let's you and I watch it. Oh, that was a serious cough.
What's happening to me?
I don't know. I don't want none of that. I don't want no cooties from them kids over here.
I'm dying, man.
Can you see the push?
All right, all right.
A little more contact.
All right. So, all right. And that, all right. I get why she yoked him up then. All right. I didn't know he pushed her first.
I mean, hard too.
I don't think a kid. I don't think a kid would do that. Have the balls to do that to like
you.
a male teacher. Not just to me.
Oh, because it's a woman.
And it's an older woman teacher.
So you telling me this kid is strategic enough to say this is an older woman that I can push around?
I think he wouldn't have the balls to say you better do anything if it was to a man. You better. I don't think he would have the. I personally don't think he would have the gall to do that.
Well, just play the beginning of that just so the people could see it. It's quick. Because this, I guess the kid who's recording saw that it was escalating and, had to open up his phone and had to do 3 steps and whatever it is. All right, that's good enough. I don't know if you guys got to see that, but this kid violently pushed this woman. And I remember
pushed her pretty
thinking,
hard.
like, I couldn't even imagine all the way into adulthood doing something like that.
No.
Let alone, like, who's raising these children? First of all, I think Let me hear what you have to say. I'm gonna hold back what I'm thinking.
Well, I mean,
You're
I don't
the
even know where to
educator. You're the expert here.
Well, no. Well, I'm the teacher. I mean, I'm not sure if these kids with IEPs, those are independent educational programs, where they might say this kid is prone to anger,
Right.
or this kid is something like that.
This can't be the first time this
Yeah,
kid has done
there's
this.
no way. Yeah, I assume that's a special education class. I do think that's the case, but. And the fact that she was so ready to yoke him up, ready to grab him back, I assume that was some kind of alternative classroom. And you wouldn't be instructed. They wouldn't even be getting so close up to a kid's face when he's that amped up. But I don't know. I don't like.
Whoa! Wait a minute. When a child is that amped up, why was she stuck in his face? Wouldn't she have then taken that opportunity to make distance?
Yeah, I don't.
Wait a minute. Is this possibly staged?
No, she's too old. She's too like.
Yeah, we
that was
never
too
got to see her
awkward.
face, though.
But that was too awkward. I can't imagine I was like, because it was really.
What did you think about the person that came into the classroom to help and was like,
Oh, why wasn't there real administration? Yeah,
someone came into the classroom to help her, like an adult, and he's like, just like, yo, why you gonna do that? What's wrong with you, man? You gotta...
Yeah, but that's indicative of a lot of these high schools, man. There's a high school within my school, and they kind of, a lot of the, I guess, administrators or whatever, they kind of talk. They got that teenage tint or that teenage
vernacular.
That kind of in that way. That cadence, that teenage cadence.
Yeah. They want to sound like the kids, I guess.
I don't know. Some of them, not all of them, necessarily.
Which
but,
I'm against that.
I mean, I just think it's. I don't know. It's weird that you. I mean, all props for it that you were able to be adulthood. You get a full-time job, talking like a teenager. I mean, that's impressive.
Wow. I don't know what to say about the way you just said that.
What was that?
That's like a backhanded compliment to all pop culture right now and its effects on.
Oh not within the art world. In the art world, all bets are off. You need
when you say art world, you're talking about liberal art world.
No, the art world. Yes, liberal art world. Yes.
Correct. All right.
Yeah. I mean, the art's technically the
educators and stuff like that.
No, the arts. I'm talking about even the maybe fine arts. Those people, a lot of them are not even sociable enough to be able to be able to speak to a group of people.
Right.
So it's not. So they're truly, succeeding on their talent. So they have some kind of merit that they're resting on. So I don't. But I think, but as far as so having a job where you kind of a role model, I don't know, man. We're hitting weird territory here. I sound like a snob. Well, how could you speak in that vernacular?
Yeah. How could you talk like? How could you say that? How can you say ask instead of? How can you say ask instead of ask?
See, I would never even notice.
No, never of you. But anyway, I thought it was very violent. I couldn't imagine being that person, man. I help old ladies cross the street still. I'm not pushing old ladies, man. Like, is this kid belong in juvenile hall?
The kid has no. Dude, if you have no emotional control, man, you're inevitably gonna freak out if you're not medicated. Yeah. What was it? Was that something dickish?
Yo, you basically said this kid needs to be on drugs.
I'm against drugs. I'm against drugging kids, but he's gonna be in a situation where if he's in a normal population, and cannot control. This is more self-discipline, need to get beaten kind of thing. That's what he's deep in the game for that to start. So if he's not used to that, who knows? He needs to be in some military program. That's what I think. I'm for military type programs and that and stuff like that.
Right.
For his stuff, but like where they can put your hands on them, where you can put your hands
I
on them.
agree with you.
Yeah, but
Because it won't even be the people. It'll be the students around him that'll put that. They'll hit him with the late night attack because everyone
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah. Everyone has to suffer because of this one guy.
Oh yeah. So that's what happened.
Yeah,
this happened to that kid I was talking about earlier. Holy crap.
Yeah, just imagine if the other students was like, yo, one more time, we're going to hurt you, man. You're messing us all. Like, imagine if you were able to make everybody in the class get up, 25 push-ups right now because this young man don't know how to act right. How long until
that would
make a difference? It would take a few days. It'd take about 5 years for that.
No, 5 years, please. No, not 5 years. It would not take that long. Because when I was in military school.
Because the parents will call on the phone and say, "My son is terrified of the other students kicking his ass," but they're like, "Well, why would they want to kick his ass?" "Oh, because he like misbehaves sometimes." Well, then, ma'am, tell your son stop misbehaving. And they ain't gonna do him dirty in the bathroom.
I mean,
anyway, but go ahead. Tell me about your military school background. What was that about? How did that happen?
What do you mean? Wait, which part? How did I get sent there?
How did you end up in a military school?
To my. All right, I'm not dying. I'm not too sick.
I don't want you giving me none of these cooties from these kids, man.
All right, I'm not. I don't know. Maybe it's because the smoke. I don't know. But all right. So when I was like maybe 6th grade and 7th grade, I was starting to get suspended a little bit, like more frequently. I'm starting getting more kind of.
What grades?
6th grade and 7th grade.
So you were this kid?
No, I wasn't a bit. No. No, that wasn't my misbehavior. My misbehavior wasn't making a scene, like a bitch. That kind of misbehavior, I resent kids like that.
Right.
Yeah,
I used to resent kids like that too.
Your misbehavior should affect you and you only. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll do like all right. The let me see one of the things I did that may have affected other kids is one time I screamed that our gym teacher was a sea sucker, like during a class, just really loud. I got suspended for that. Right. But that was a little. But that's the most I would get that would affect other kids. Otherwise, it'd be fights and stuff like that and things like.
Right. Were you like a little bit of a bully in school?
No. First of all, I was a minority. They were all. Everybody was Dominican. They were actually racist. I was probably fight a lot of the times. People would try me a lot actually. Yeah, I'm dead serious, dude. They were so racist there. It was shocking.
So the Dominican kids, the Dominican males didn't like you.
The hip, the top cool ones, the top cool ones.
The top 10.
The top cool ones, yeah.
You were a direct threat to them.
I don't know about that because I wasn't really. I wasn't really that like. I was barrel chested, but I wasn't like really cut.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, so I started getting more trouble, and I remember my mom presented this idea to me, not even as military school, because you had to take a test to get into it.
Okay.
It was like it almost and I did well on the test, but it seemed like. It wasn't so much about the military aspect. It was just military-like or something like. That's how it was presented to me or something. And when I went there for like a visit, it was like cool. Everybody was nice, of course. Everybody was so nice. And then when I
see how nice and neat these bunks are? They enjoy doing that. After a couple of weeks,
I didn't even see any of that. I was like in a banquet or some banquet hall or something like that, and we met some of the not even the people that you were gonna be. I never saw these people again. Whoever I met there, I never seen ever again.
So when you get to the school, how long were you in the military school?
For just 8th grade, just the whole school year, the entire school.
And how was that experience?
The worst. It was worse. It was worse than it. There was no experience, and I've been to juvie before. Not even close to as bad as that was, man.
So the military school was
too.
Worse than juvie
hall?
hall?
Not even close. Not even. They're not even the same realm. Because first of all, juvie hall, you're pretty safe. First of all, juvenile. You are safe as can be a juvenile hall.
And military school was unsafe.
Oh, completely, man. And the everybody was bad. The Hispanics were bad. The blacks were jerks. There was a little because there was not a lot. There was a you had to pay attention.
Black, you speak in ADOS, American Black.
at the time I don't know if I differentiated. I don't remember them having an accent, but
Well,
like,
they could have been Jamaican black.
I don't
they could have
back
been-
then they all just all sounded kind of similar. But there was a tuition that you had to pay. My mom, which I found out years later, my mom took out a loan for because she really was scared about my future.
Right.
There was tuition, and so there was not a lot of kids. There weren't a lot of kids of color, I guess. There was a pretty small, there was probably, I don't remember how big the school was, but if I had to put a ratio, it was probably one in like 13 were black.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's nothing.
Yeah, it was like absurdly minuscule. Like there
Right.
were one or two within every barracks, and the barracks was like a shitload of kids. Yeah, but that wasn't even the part that was such an aside. That was the racism wasn't even a thing. I don't even remember that.
So you're
but
saying you
that was at
experienced
least
racism there?
yeah, but not even enough that it was memorable. I remember knowing that they were racist. The Hispanics were super racist, and they would be like straight up racist to you.
But that was in public school.
No. This was in military school. There was a little faction, the faction of Hispanic, there was a little faction of Hispanics and the faction of blacks, but they were both dicks. And then the whites were more spread out, but there was the different dicks among spread out in the whites. There was no group of white dicks, which is funny because they were all
Pause.
they were all what I mean is they were so divided.
Looking for groups.
They were so
these
divided.
things,
They were like they weren't organized or something, or they were hard to pick out if they were in a group or not.
Right.
But I forgot where I was going with sentences. But the people who are in charge of you, I was 12 going on 13. The people who are in charge of you are 17 and 18. The people who oversee the people, so they would have little ranks. The 18 years, the seniors, they would be captain.
Right.
First lieutenant, second lieutenant, first sergeant, master sergeant, staff sergeant, and sergeant. I'm pretty sure that was all and all of those had authority, and they had and then some would trump the other. I think if you were a captain, the captain was in college or something like that. I don't remember how that worked, but where was I going with this? But those kids, the 17 and 18 year olds were the ones literally in charge of you. They can get you anytime they want you to drop. If they had rank, that means they would have to do well the year before or something and look good to the people, and they would get ranked. They can get you to drop to push-ups anytime. Anytime they want you, drop and give you push-ups. Boom. They wouldn't. Every day you'd have to bring out your laundry to the big thing, get your laundry inspected, and shit. Like it was just your first 6 weeks you had to square your meals. That means you had to sit on 6 inches of your chair because we all ate together. Right? We ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the first 6 weeks. Dinner becomes optional, I think, after like your first 2 months or something. So you got to 6 on 6 inches of your chair like that. So a piece of your ass is on the chair.
One booty cheek.
Yeah, not even.
Right,
It's really it's incredibly uncomfortable to sit. And you got to eat. If you're eating cereal, you go like this. Attention. Another bite. Attention. Another bite. Attention. That's for every meal. And then. Since my mom wasn't around and this was in Wayne, Pennsylvania, I didn't even have, the kids had money. They could go to like like there's some snack hole you could buy from. You can get Powerade.
The commissary.
Yeah,
the cantina.
I remember because I didn't talk to my mom. Me and my mother didn't talk. It wasn't easy to get. I remember not being able to. People didn't converse with their parents like that, like regularly. It wasn't that kind of place. I don't think you weren't even allowed to. It wasn't like that where you can go, oh hi mom, I miss home and shit like that. None of that bullshit.
That's TV.
Yeah, that is. You don't. I don't remember being allowed to talk to your mother for like months or some shit, some weird shit like that. I could be wrong or misremembering, but anyway, I forgot where I was going with that.
Well, you were talking about how the racism, the people in the place,
you gotta wake up.
Different cliques and
you gotta wake up at 5:30. Revelry rings like you got like what was it? 8 minutes to be up and ready and outside to be ready to march down for attention, and then they shit on your whole life. Say, what is those shoes looking? Oh, it's just because you have to spend your free time a lot shining shoes and de-lacquering your belt. Lacquer is what makes the when you de-lacquer a belt, it takes the thing so it looks shiny. It takes whatever protective thing off of like brass belt, so it always looks shiny. But if you lacquer it, it's just a perfect belt. But when you de-lacquer, you have to reshine it. And you gotta fucking you had to put on a shoe box and pour this yellow Clorox smelling thing called Brasso. It smelled like it was like bile. It was the most. It smelled like hard chemicals, and you had to scrape it off and stuff like that. Anyway, it was it was a joke of a worse experience. And every day they crap on your life. Your stuff's not looking immaculate, crap on you. Your bed's not made, they crap on you. Everything crap on you all the time.
How do you think that's
did not shape me. No, I came out so much worse as soon as those raids came. Because even I got all right. This is a funny story. 2 weeks before school's over, I had to finish my last 2 weeks at home because I got thrown out for making a racist comment. I swear.
In hindsight, it wasn't racist?
No, so all right, so there was this guy sergeant first class. He was like this Arab Middle Eastern guy. So finally, I remember he finally like pissed me off so much or something. He told me to go back to my room. And I don't know why. Some stuff I was saying to Sam. I'm like, you camel riding motherfucker.
Wow.
I said, they told to my mom. The last 2 weeks I had to spend at home, but I got to take all my tests. I got to finish the year.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, military school is something else, man.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy any aspects of it?
You know what the saddest thing? I remember when we went home for Christmas.
Right.
And I remember I did not want to like fall asleep because I knew when I woke up I was gonna have to get up. So I stayed up all night, but I kept keeping myself up. I was watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids at like 5 a.m. I remember not thinking, I was like, once I sleep, it's over. I was just literally every hour, every 10 minutes, I was just relishing being at home watching TV. When I say I dreaded going back, I never remember at any time in my life. Never on a day when I was hungover, I didn't have a day that I dreaded going to work as bad as I remember like having to go back to that. That was next level dread.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus, it was like jail.
Worse.
Worse than jail.
Worse. It was just a sad. Everybody was. No one was happy. I mean, there was a dance. Once we made our stage, there'd be a dance. It's like, I think there were 3 of them. There was a dance a month, and then they got rid of them. There was one there would be random. I don't know where some people from some other school would come. There'd be some bitches.
There'd be some chicks, right?
Yeah.
But I experienced that when I was in juvie, where they had it where like they bring girls from a different place.
Oh, not juvie. This was a military school.
I know, but I just remember that aspect where they were trying to like, get us to be like, see how we interact with people, maybe. They might have been filming us. Somebody was cameras or some shit that we unaware of.
Oh man.
Anyway, all right, let's go to the next one. If there is, this should be the next one. I sent you a few.
Oh man, holy crap, I repressed that memory.
Yo, thank you for sharing, man. I appreciate that.
Attention for her new.
Up to me, he was like, "Hey, what's up? You married?" And I was like, "Yes." And he said, "You happy?" And I was like, "No." And the reason why I said no was because 1, I'm brutally honest, and 2, I was not happy at the time. But what does me being unhappy have to do with whether or not you have a shot? Here's the thing I realized: a lot of married people don't know how to be unhappily married and still not walk away. If you could learn how to be unhappy for a minute, your marriage will last. Because the goal in marriage is not happiness. The goal is to build a lasting relationship that withstands the ebbs and flows of marriage. And so some of y'all need to learn how to be unhappily married and still be content and still stay right where you are. Just because I might not be happy right now does not mean I won't get happy later. And
Oh, that was beautiful. I like this lady.
Yo, I got masks in here. Maybe you should put a mask on.
Oh my gosh.
You're around how many kids in your class?
So we rotate through 2 6th grade classes. There's 22 of each. That doesn't make a difference because one kid can make me sick. Oh my gosh. You want to cut this show? All right, we could.
So I like the girl. I don't like the fact that her reason for telling a stranger that she's not happy with her husband is because she's brutally honest.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
thought
that's
that was,
stupid.
I thought that was tacky.
No, that's stupid.
And then after listening to it twice, I'm like, I don't even believe this lady anymore. This is low-hanging fruit. All these women are out here on this TikTok. All of a sudden now, they want to talk about how, you know, these great things about, like, these woke things about men. And, like, you know, how just because I wasn't happy in my marriage doesn't mean that I wasn't going to get happy in my marriage, and I shouldn't have let somebody, like, shut up, man. You're lying. You're saying the things that you wish you would have said when the guy approached you and you went down on him after meeting him for only, you know, 2 days, 3 days. You met some guy, he was able to bang your ear, and now you are giving us the story that you wish you would have fucking did.
You mean like grabbing their ears like that?
Yeah, bend your ear.
I never heard like
You're like, that's a pimp talk. Yo, girl, let me bend your ear real quick. Let me holler at you about something. Let me bend your ear. Come on, let me holler. Yeah, what you doing around here? Who you be with? Where you from? Come on, what's going on? Okay. You got anything to say? Let's go to the next one.
uninterested.
Yeah, that's the problem. Y'all think this and y'all think that. Oh, shut up.
It's supposed to be so uninterested.
On understanding.
okay.
Why are you not obsessed with me the way I am obsessed with you? Why do you not think about me 24/7 the same way I think about you?
Maybe I do.
Today, 12-hour shift. Constantly thinking about you. I come home thinking about you. I'm talking to you right now, I'm thinking about you. The whole day you call me once. Why? Why?
You're at work, so you can call me. I
I
don't know
could have
when you're
died.
free.
I could have fainted. I could have had an injury.
Okay.
I want you to be obsessed with me. Call me. Text me.
Okay.
Snap me.
Okay, fine. I'm obsessed with you.
If I don't pick up your call, no caller ID. Who am I with? I don't know. Side chick? Maybe. Overthink.
Why?
Because I want you to love me.
Okay, fine. From tomorrow, I'll call you twice.
You promise me.
Even though you're the one at work, so you should be calling me. But I don't know when you're free.
You don't love me, man, bro.
Oh my god.
You're hungry.
Play it again from the beginning and let's show his face.
All right. You think he should be happy to be there?
I have no opinion yet, but you can go first. Turn it around. Let him see.
Okay,
Oh, you gotta
they
go
always
first.
gotta do that.
I'm just looking for an understanding.
Okay.
Why are you not obsessed with me the way I am obsessed with you? Why do you not think about me 24/7 the same way I think about you? Today, 12-hour shift. Constantly thinking about you. I come home thinking about you. I'm talking to you right now, I'm thinking about you. The whole day you call me once. Why? Why?
You're at work, so you can call me. I
I
don't know
could
when
have
you're
died.
free.
I could have fainted. I could have had an injury.
Okay.
I want you to be obsessed with me. Call me. Text me.
Okay.
Snap me.
Okay, fine. I'm obsessed with you.
If I don't pick up your call, no caller ID. Who am I with? I don't know. Side chick? Maybe. Overthink.
Why?
Because I want you to love me.
Okay, fine. From tomorrow, I'll call you twice.
You promise me.
Even though you're the one at work, so you should be calling me. But I don't know when you're free.
You don't love me, man, bro.
Oh my god.
You're hungry.
And let me just say this. When he says to her at the end, you don't love me. And then she says, oh my God. And I was like, this is not staged. This is real. At first, I thought it was staged. I thought it was just, regular internet stuff. But this is real. This is a guy crying out to his girlfriend, begging her to be obsessed with him. What say you, Owen?
I mean, I am. That girl has some patience, man, with this motherfucker, man. She must actually really love this motherfucker. I mean, she has to love him. Like what? Like she literally accepts this kind of guy. She is what a sweetheart.
Wow, that's such some great insight on that.
I actually really thought, like, the more he talked, the more I thought she's a keeper, man. He need to chill, man. But he's gonna mess it up. He gonna mess it up.
Can I tell you why?
Why?
Because all the men he works around are feminists.
You think so?
Yes, and he's the only guy probably with a stay-at-home wife. These are all these other men are becoming feminists. He even sounds like a feminist. He says things like a feminist would say. A woman, the complaints he has is that of a woman. The women want what he wants, and that's because of his co-workers that he's working with. They on the phone all day, every minute they got with their girl, maybe even barking on them, swearing that they go, I'm still at work. Come on, man, I'm gonna be working late today. And he's like, he never gets that. He comes home, she's ready. And he's just like, so he's becoming jealous of his co-workers.
Yeah, I can see that, because he has to get it from somewhere.
Yeah. He's becoming jealous of his co-workers, and they're actually trying to convince him that, you better check on your wife, huh? She don't call you all day. You don't know what she's doing. So now he's becoming insecure. He now is questioning the love that she has for him because of all the feminist men that are running around. These men have become feminists.
But why is he recording himself? When he
didn't think that was I don't think he thought that was the answer he was gonna get. He's recording himself because this is our culture right now. Everyone is recording themselves, and he thought he was gonna get something else.
That
from his wife that he can maybe prove to his co-workers.
Oh, I would think like he's trying to catch her or something, like catch her flipping out, or he's trying, because this is how girls try to start fights.
His co-workers, look, I checked her. She, whatever have you. But all I have to do is in the name of the great Jesse Lee Peterson. Beta! Beta!
He is great.
And we were better YouTubers. We would have like a little picture of Jesse Lee Peterson just...
Oh, they know his face.
Beta! Anything else?
I think there's one more.
Beta!
It's like, me?
She sounds like the perfect woman.
Imagine being with someone where you could be your fucking ugliest and all they did is look at you and go, I still love you. You want to experience a real depth of love? Create a space of safety where your woman can just be dark, be messy, be ugly, bring all of her neurotic and chaotic shit to the surface, which is a part of the feminine, and you just sit there and go, baby, there ain't nothing that you can do that is going to rock me. I love you. Let it out. I'm holding you. Let it out. You're safe. Express. Get it out. Because here's what will happen. Sooner or later, the ugliness starts to die. Because that ugliness gets accepted and then it gets transcended into what it is, which is this unresolved life. And I guarantee you, if she screams and yells and carries on and everything else, and you just go, I'm here, that little girl inside will go, oh my God, he's not going. Imagine being with someone where you could be your fucking ugly.
What do you think?
First of all, insecure women don't grow up.
Play that one more time, sorry. But just put it down. We didn't have to see his face. That's a good point right there. Now I gotta hear this again. Well, let me tell you why. Because I was gonna start off by saying I totally agree with this guy. But continue. Go.
Imagine being with someone where you could be your fucking ugliest and
No,
all they did is look at you and go, I still love you. You want to experience a real depth of love? Create a space of safety where your woman can just be dark, be messy, be ugly, bring all of her neurotic and chaotic shit to the surface, which is a part of the feminine, and you just sit there and go, baby, there ain't nothing that you can do that is going to rock me. I love you. Let it out. I'm holding you. Let it out. You're safe. You're safe. Express. Get it out. Because here's what will happen. Sooner or later, the ugliness starts to die. Because that ugliness gets accepted and then it gets transcended into what it is, which is just unresolved light. And I guarantee you, if she screams and yells and carries on and everything else, and you just go, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, that little girl inside will go, oh my God, he's not going. Imagine being with someone where you could be...
So I'm the guy who said I totally agree with this guy. You go ahead. You go.
No, the reason. Listen, I think sometimes part of that ugliness and that aggression, and that like kind of chaotic behavior, is sometimes they kind of want to start a fight, just because they're bored. They're just doing it recreationally. I don't know if it's not always a deep psychological thing. It's just how they manifest their boredom with aggression, or they manifest their boredom with kind of trying to create chaos. And I guess whatever formula that happens, it's like the building of the tension and the release of the tension. Something about it makes them feel good. So maybe it's like getting high to them or something.
Absolutely.
Like when they get worked up or something, and then they work you up or something like that.
He's saying that when the woman is acting this way,
yeah,
for you to let her know, girl, go ahead and keep doing what you're doing.
Why would you not correct her? Then she's gonna keep on doing that shit.
I thought you started off by saying women can never change.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you stop that behavior. You don't fix them. You just stop what the behavior manifests. They're still gonna have that in them. They're just gonna be able to control themselves better.
I don't know. You're a young guy. I like your optimism, but let me tell you, if mines don't have coffee in the morning, we talking about World War III. Like I'm like scared for my children sometimes. Like, yo, there's a craziness, and I've experienced this from my mother. Now I don't know if it was coffee, but whatever her thing was, I've experienced this in other relationships, and I definitely experienced this with those 30-day, 90-day relationships. Tons of that shit, where these women are out of their minds, and they have this thing inside them that loves. They go to sleep watching the channels where women and their husbands kill everybody.
I do that sometimes too, though, but not the channels. No. When I'm talking about, listen to those like murder stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that not the theatrical versions, because the soft, the interrogation.
Let me tell you, that's very beta of you.
Oh my gosh!
But that's
not the romance part of it. The murder.
The guy gets. There's always the guy who gets married, and he finds a woman who has a family, and he becomes like the stepfather, and then he has another family, and he becomes their stepfather, and he's like all these guys just having all these like 4 or 5 lives, and it's just they love that stuff. Yeah. They love that chaos and that drama. So I was agreeing with this guy because I let my woman know every time, no matter how crazy you get, look, I'm still here.
Okay.
And I kind of get it. I get it. Mom, like I told my kids, Mom just needs her coffee. Everybody leave her alone. We don't want no smoke, Mom. Why don't you go take a walk? So she goes, runs, and she takes a walk, and it helps. She go do a little walk. She comes back. She's like a whole nother person. Beautiful. It's beautiful. But there is this thing inside of women that there's a darkness inside of women.
I agree with that part.
There's a darkness. There's a darkness inside a woman that no man could change. Maybe we could tame, but I think you have to let that woman know that I see you, and no matter how dark and stupid you act, I got you. I think that's why I agree with this guy, because you got to understand that women, you can't, like I used to run from women like that. Yeah. And I realized that I can't just run because all of them are like that. I need to find the best one of those. and just work with it. And I tell my woman all the time, I tell my wife, I said, yo, I got you. You ain't got to worry about that. I know that it can get like kind of like ugly. It can get crazy. Like she's not violent towards me and the kids like that.
Yeah.
Not at all. She's not violent with me at all.
Yeah.
But, you know, if the kids say the one wrong thing, give her the wrong side eye, it could be crazy. Like, I got to get up and be like, well, all right. Because everybody calm down. Let's think about this. So the father, that's what the father's so necessary.
Yeah.
I am there to protect my children from my wife. That's my role.
I like that. That's actually perfect.
Yeah, that's my role, is to be there to protect her and to acknowledge her and to protect my children. And I love her so much, but you have to understand that there is this evil inside of women, and it's just nothing you can do about it, dude. It's just there, and it manifests itself in crazy ways. I say it's a morning thing for most women, you know, and then they calm themselves down with the drama of watching other women suffer. You should hear the stuff that my wife listens to on the internet. You would think, like, I'm like, you're a stay-at-home mom, you know, but she just loves to hear the story of these single mothers and this and that, and they fighting for this, and they, like this chick named Michi X, you know, she listens to Michi X. Michi X is yelling and screaming, and she listens to not Kendra G, but some other woman who she coined the term bandits. All us men were bandits, and she says women of no color and men of no color. And I'm like, why? You're a stay-at-home mom with family and a husband. What do you love? Like, they love that stuff. There's certain they just love it.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, we're men. We don't understand that, but we should acknowledge them. Let them know that despite their craziness, you're there for them.
One love, women.
I think that was it.
That's done, man.
Let me see your phone. Go to this channel on your phone, and I want to look at the stuff that was said. So you just gotta log into the YouTube channel.
Wait, can we look over here?
Yeah, but I can barely see it. I'm like struggling.
I'll look at it, man.
That's a lot.
Because that's a. Ulrich on his fourth poster. That's hilarious. That's hilarious, Ricardo. That was a good one. And whoever Carlton Way, Latasha's always in chat giving love like always.
Right.
What's up, Tasha? And some of the Ulrich, pause, bruh. Who's Carlton Away?
He's been around.
Ulrich, Mino Black. Yo, Ricardo, fall back, man. Stop coming at me, man. Taking lunch money. That's the new strain of C19. That was the booster. All right, we should have looked at it from there. Because I was coughing and dying. When's the last time you had a good peanut butter soup? In forever. Thank you, Tasha.
Is it peanut butter soup? It's peanut butter stew, not soup.
No, it's peanut butter soup.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, technically, it's
stew.
Technically, it is a stew, I guess.
But they call it soup.
Yeah.
Africans got it backwards.
The teacher did the right thing. I agree. I would have yoked that student up too. Carlton Way, heavy in the chat. He said, Ricardo said, Big Chef shook at that cough.
Yes. You see, I got my handkerchief from 1948. My embroidered handkerchief trying to save me.
What you mean I like bigger white women? No, I don't. T. Riddler. I don't like bigger white women. The cars like Brown Honey, them, they were deep in the shit. T. Riddler, give me LJ some love. Yes, happy Wednesday. The pic on the video is fire. Who's Dad Focus? Well, welcome, Dad Focus. Nice to see you. I don't know if we saw you before up in the chat.
Subscribe.
You already know it. Alright. Hey, my head's not a milk dud.
What's that? That's a long one. Who said that one?
That's Ricardo, man. I'm 24 right now, which suggests that middle high schools should revamp homework and give practice problems that is related to that specific topic. That's what homework is. He said, he said, I wish you did middle high school revamp homework and give practice problems that is related to the specific top for the students. I think specific related to that specific. Oh, the shirt that the student is wearing. I can't understand. We gotta be up in this chat earlier. For a class like Calc 2, you need to... So I guess Ricardo Man is a student. For a class like Calc 2, you got to study, or these recently graduated students, you need to study practice problems for about 20, 30 hours a week. Okay, all right. I think I know what you're going at. Oh, he's in college right now. Ricardo Emanuel. Well, thank you. We like young people listening to our show.
Facts.
A fried chicken strip egg roll. Veggie or no veggies? Mac and cheese with the chicken? I mean, the mac and cheese egg roll, Tasha. That's nasty.
That's nasty. Not if you put jerk chicken in it.
But that's all right. But that's a whole new thing now. That's like a quesadilla.
So you're saying no macaroni and cheese egg rolls?
No, that's disgusting. Not without like heavy meat. Not cheese. Why would you have cheese? Come on, it'd be silly.
Wait, you say no cheese in the egg roll at all?
In an egg roll?
Yo, dude, this is what I'm trying to tell you. You can make a cheeseburger egg roll.
No, that's like, what's that little Hispanic thing you get? It's like a cheese. It's like
empanada.
No, not that. It's like a circle. It's small. It's almost like a tiny. It's a tiny cylinder. And it's a lot. It's like ground.
That's a huge call.
It's like ground meat.
I'm not gonna give you a pound when you leave. I'll meet you with the elbow.
All right, it's okay. All right. So guys, it's been lovely.
I had a good time. It's a good show.
It was a good show.
I appreciate it.
Old stories. Y'all the mans.
And I love you. Boom.
You didn't get your drink your mom's.